Good afternoon or evening, I suppose. Um, I've tried to make a video on this a couple times, and I went into what I would consider part one of this the other day, and that is a discussion on structure. I won't get into that anymore. You can look back at that past video. All you really need to know is this is what I'm looking at. Let's let it come up on the screen here. Let it load. Get rid of this stuff as well. This is actually not that important at all. This is what I'm looking at. Weekly opens, closes, highs and lows, overnight low and high. The open, the prior day's high, close, open, low, and the date from 2 days ago, looking at the high, low, and open. That's all I'm really looking at. Um, yeah, I've got some point of control stuff and this and that, but again, um, all I wanted to, I talked a lot about structure in the other video. In the structure video itself, um, all I want to say here is that structure is telling me whether I want to be long or short. Okay, once I've determined whether I want to be long or short, I'm going to use all these little levels here, and really they're not a lot, right? Here, this is a because this huge ramp up. What do we have coming into tomorrow? That's 170 points and I don't know, let's call this a dozen levels or something. Uh, and most of them you'll find end up being clustered around, right? They usually kind of cluster around each other. Um, that's going to be areas that I'm interested in general. Let's give you an example. So today, coming into the open, what am I thinking? Well, uh, structure-wise, we had this huge ripper off of NVIDIA earnings. Here's the 4 p.m. close at 96-ish. Of course, the after-hours action due to NVIDIA, this thing ramps, and then the entire overnight is going upwards, right? Just this huge move up during the overnight up to whatever this is, 67s. That is a tick or two above the high of the year, the prior weekly high, and all that sort of stuff. So we have cleared the prior weekly highs. Clearly, we've done this huge move in Globex. So structurally, what I'm thinking is I want to be long. Anyone who is shorting, looking for a break of this sort of area, this kind of 4,900-ish area, they just got majorly fucked. Myself included. Sorry for my language, but uh, everyone got screwed there. Okay, these guys are offside. The shorter time frame players, and again in the structure video I mentioned this, these shorter time frame players are also adding to their longs as this thing ramps up. So coming into the open, what I'm thinking is there's going to be a washout of these late longs, right? The late long inventory is going to clean out. They're going to exit their positions as the market opens, and and then as soon as the market allows these higher time frame shorts to cover, this thing's going to start ripping. Everyone's going to start covering, and it's just going to rip upwards. So, with that in mind, now that you know I have a long bias, how did I find the level? And by the way, I was bid 50, 51 and 3/4 today, so I missed it by 2 ticks. I was limit bid right here. How did I find that level? Well, here's before the market opens. Clearly, this is some sort of level pre-market. 56-ish, 57-ish, whatever you want to call it. If we go back in time, the very first time we're above here, you see some bids come in right here at 58.25. It bids again at 58.25. We go over across time, and highs are roughly 58.25. So coming into today, what I'm seeing is, all right, there's some sort of level, not at 58.25. It's a little bit lower, so I look at 57.5. Okay, and when it comes down, it does get a bid back at 57.5. So I'm thinking 57.5 is some sort of level. However, again, I want to see a wash of that inventory. I want to see this excessively long inventory get cleaned out, so I look for the next lower level. This may look like a mess to you. There's no real clear level. But again, if we go back in time here, let's go to the first time we were here. Clearly, there's something to this, right? The first time we get a sell is right here. A little sell, 52s, right? Once we make this little mini head and shoulders, where do we get offer again? Somewhere around 52s, right? You can see it happening. I would go 52.75 just because it's the high of here. We go forward in time. Let's see if there's something around 52s. Lo and behold, the high of this session is right on 51, so I'm thinking 51s to 52s. Come into this session, once again, you're seeing some sort of selling here around 53s, some sort of bids here around 53s, some sort of offers here 53. So 53-ish is becoming the number I'm interested in. And then coming into today, what I like to do is look at it on some multiple time frames. So here's the 30-minute chart. To me, it becomes pretty clear. I want to be long somewhere around here, something like this, right? 52-ish, somewhere around here, 52, 51. I went with 51 and a quarter. To me, that was the clearest spot. Again, we go back in time. We see the high here at 51. We see a low here at 51 quarter. We see, again, some little bids here around 52. We see some offers here around 52. So anywhere around there is where I want to be looking. Again, some offers here at 53s. So that's how I'm kind of looking at levels, is where is the structure telling me I want to be long or short in general. Below there I had 43s. 43s, another thing I look at is, much like on a higher time frame Wyckoff distribution, you would look at preliminary supply. So in other words, when we're coming up to an area, where's the area where it first gets stepped on hard? And when we were ramping up early in February, early this month, this was the first area off this data, this 43 spot. You can see when it comes back down, it gets offered below. Where is it capped? Right around 43s again. I think, what is this, 43? 43 quarter? 43. Okay, we go forward in time. Where does it get offered again? 43 quarter, so one tick. Where does this thing, little bid come in? 43. Comes through. Where does it get offered? 43 again. Right? So I'm thinking somewhere around 43 is going to be the spot I want to be watching for long again. So I did have an order out, I think at 43s. Yeah, 43 quarter was the spot to me. If you go to a little 2-minute chart, which is what I like to mostly look at, you can see a little bit of consolidation, and I think that is also right where the European Open ended up being, 43 quarter. So that is why I had it at 43 quarter. So that is, honestly, that is mostly how I'm looking at this, is where do we get, whether you want to call it preliminary supply or whatever else, where do we get that first big offer, right? Here we go. Here's another great example. As we're ramping up this huge Wednesday session, right? This thing starts at, the overnight low is at 70. Yeah, I remember this, 70, 71. And this thing just rips upwards. Keeps coming up, keeps coming up. This is an area I watched, 98-ish. I think coming into this day, I think I got long 83. Yeah, sorry, 88s. Yeah, I got long 88s here. And the reason I got long 88s was because, to me, it was clearly a level. Look at this. We're bid here. It came up here, got offers. So when I see this, I see an offer 87. I see it offered again, 89-ish, 91. Okay, now where is it on the bid side? 89-ish, 88s. Okay, comes down to 88s again. It gets another strong bid up to 96. So to me, 88's level. Comes down and through. Okay, yeah, it goes up to 93. But to me, the fact it gave bids off 88s here and again over here, that means to me the level is 88. So coming into this RTH session, when it was selling off this excessively long inventory, I was limit bid 88s. And I think I got filled to the tick here, and I got out, I think that day at 94, 93, something like that. Again, first major selling spot, 50-15 quarter, right? You can't show it like that, I suppose. All the other drawings come up. 50-15 quarter was the spot where we had our first area of major selling. So coming into the next day, due to some reasons, I remember a failure to get continuation upwards during Globex, if I recall correctly. That's exactly where I was offered, 50-15 quarter. That was also roughly where it was selling off of during Globex, 15 quarter, 15 quarter, 15 quarter. So I sold it right at 15 quarter. Took on, I don't know, 3 ticks of MAE, and that ended up being the high of the day for, I don't know, until power hour. Same thing with, I think it was 50-20 or something like that. That ended up being an important spot. I cannot recall where. Um, but anyway, I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to describe. Wow, it's 10 minutes already. It's kind of hard to describe how I find my levels, and I know that's a piece to my edge is that I'm very good at finding levels. Um, Yesterday, during the before we got into where the hell was this? Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh man! Before we got into the this mess, this Nvidia mess, what did I do? Yes, I shorted 83 right there. I shorted this. Why 83? Well, we got to go back in time again. Always got to go back in time. Look at this. First major offer. As this is the first time we came into this area, I believe. Right. First major offer comes in at first time 83 quarter. Right. I'll zoom in for you guys. First time 83 quarter comes up again 83 half. All right. Where does it get bid? 83, 83. Okay. 83 to me is the spot. 83 to 83 quarter is the spot to me. Go forward in time a bit. Where does the sell off exactly off of? 83. All right, keep going forward in time. To me, I look at this as kind of a mini auction, bursts upwards off of 83. Keep going forward in time. Where does this get offered at? Where does it get bid at? 81. Okay, that's during CPI. Maybe there's some slippage. It comes up, it comes down again. Where does it get bid off of? 82.75. Pretty close to 83. Where does it get offered during the RTH? 82.75. Pretty close to 83. Where does this thing turns around, comes up, gets bid? Around 83. Comes up. Where does it get offered? 83. Where does it get bid again during this RTH? 83-ish, right? Slips down a bit to 80. I think I was long here. 83, 83-ish, 83 again, bid, 83, 83, right? So to me, again, 83 on Tuesday, 83. I got long here, I remember. I got long 83. And again, ramped up. Where does it get offered? 83s, 83s, 83s. There's some wicks here when this thing crapped out into the close. 83 gets offered. Bid, bid, bid. 83. Overnight, where is it roughly getting bid off of? 83s again. Where is it getting offered pre-market? 83s. So to me, when this thing ramped up, I was aware it might run these highs here. This high, 84.5, 84.5. 84 might run these highs, run the stops, and it did by a tick or something. Yeah, by one tick. But ultimately, the 83 short worked, right? Even during this insane ripper into the close. Look at where this thing is. If we went to lower time frame chart, look at this. It comes up, breaks 83. Where does it get bid off of? 83. So that's how I'm looking at my levels. I'm really paying attention to how that spot has behaved in the past. And I want to see it working on both sides. I want to see, to me, this is kind of a very typical, this is going to be a great example. I'm very curious to see how this works tomorrow, but this is a great example of, here is a piece of a huge offer here, 76s, right? Today during the RTH, we ramp up, come up to 76s. This happened really fast. We hit 76s and slam down, comes up again, slam down. And then to me, this is the third time this is now auctioning around that 76. So we have a seller. Now it's auctioning around 76 and it ramps up. Might be clear on there we go. It's a bit clearer on a 30-minute chart. Sold, this churn around 76, right? We can show it, there we go. Right, it's churning around the level. So I think if we took a volume profile thing, there you go, 75. It's a little bit inaccurate on a 30-minute chart, but that's where the volume is done. That's where the auction took place. That's how I'm looking at these things. Is I want to see an offer consistently. I want to see it work on the sell side. I want to see it offered. Then I want to see it work on the long side as well. And in a circumstance like this, I want to see it auction around. The other day at 97, if I recall. Yes, here. 97s to me was a level. Here we go. This is exactly why. Again, preliminary supply. Ramp up, come up. Where do we hit the highs? That was the first time. Yeah, first time. Where do we hit the highs? Right here, 97 and 3/4. It gets re-offered at 96 and a half, so I'm looking at 97-ish to 96. We come into this day again where I took that 88s long. Where does it get offered at? 99-ish, right? It can't really exceed 96-ish, so 96 to 99 is the spot I'm looking at as some sort of level. Gets sliced through during CPI. Come further on, where does it get offered? 98-ish. It comes all the way to 01, offered again, lowest price, 98-ish again. It's getting auctioned around. Where does it catch a bid? 97-ish. It gets offered again around 97, and then this is the key auction here, right? So I see churn around the level, and if you run a volume profile, something like this, there you go. The auction point of control is exactly at 97 and a quarter. So I will be limit bid when it comes to there, and unfortunately that happened pre-market, so I did not take that trade. But you can see right there, 97 and a quarter bid. It's run some stops, but ultimately comes upwards. It moves up 10 points. It's a pretty good day trade. That's how I'm looking at finding levels, is where is this thing repeatedly getting offered off of and then bid off of, and then does it churn and have a strong move? That, to me, I love to see that sort of stuff. I love to see it churn and then give me a big move. Here's 31s. Offer. To me, that's super clear. Comes down, bids, slices through. Perhaps you can make the argument for it to be lower down, around 30, but check this out. When we get bids again, where's it off of? 31s. Where does it get offered again? 31s-ish. Maybe you should raise it higher to 33s, but I like that 31 spot just because it was so strongly offered here during that Thursday pre-market and RTH as well. That's where we found bids as well over there. What happens during the overnight? We clear it, bid. Kind of slides around. This is kind of an auction to me, and then ramps upwards. I wouldn't be surprised if we have some sort of auction pock around. Yep, right there. Can't even see it. There you go. 32. So one tick off. Yeah, that's all I really got. That's as clear as I can make it. These are, I don't even know why I have these on. I don't use them. It's just so I don't forget for tomorrow. That's how I'm looking at the stuff. Where are we consistently bid off of, offered off of, and then where are we auctioning off of? And again, it all depends on the structure. That tells me where I generally want to be long or short, and then I find the precise level off of that process. This is a long-ass video. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps, because that's about as clear as I can make it. Maybe I'll redo this in the future if I can make it any clearer, but that's what I got. Hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Have a great night, and don't get squeezed, I guess.